The Bison have posted ECAC bowl eligible records in each of the last 2 seasons. What does your team need to do to take that next step and compete for a PAC championship?
Well, obviously, we've had, the recent success over the last 2 years, better than it has been in the past, and in this rebuilding phase that's been going on for us since, I got there in 11 years, and honestly, the rebuilding phase is over. I think the biggest thing that we need to work on in our program is our consistency throughout a 10-game season. We need to be more consistent in everything we do to be able to truly compete for a conference championship here in this conference. 2 years ago, we started off the first half of the season 4-1 and didn't finish strong. Last year, we lost in the middle of the year 3 in a row and battled back for our last 3, but losing those 3 in a row took us right out of the race. So, it's the consistency that we got to work on with our leadership and from a coaching standpoint, just getting those guys ready week in and week out, and making sure their focus and effort week in and week out is consistent, and we'll play it out from there.
Can you talk about the leadership that you have returning, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, and how you expect it to help the team moving through the 2016 season?
No, there's no question that our defense is going to be more experienced in our offense. We lost some guys on offense, from a year ago that we're gonna have to find. But it starts with this guy right here, Aaron, and he's as good as a person as we had in our program. My 11 years now, you couldn't find a better kid at all within our program. So, but it's going to start with him right here, and it's going to move down to the linebackers with Donovan Hayden, and then to our young DT from Woodland Hills, Daniel Gibson. There's no question that the entire team's going to lean on that group and these guys, and their playmaking ability and their leadership are going to carry us through the whole thing, and not just in games, but it's more than that. Good leaders do it every single day in practice, and as all these coaches know, good leaders do it every single day, and this guy's a great example of that in everything he does. So there's no question that we're going to lean on our defensive side of the ball once again to help us through our 10 games.
How much more balance on offense will we see out of the Bison this season with returning starters Jalen Holmes at running back and Tyler Ambush at wide receiver?
Well, I think we always strive to be as balanced as we possibly can. Returning of Jalen from, one of the local guy from Newcastle, being a single season rushing leader in our school's history with just over 1,300 yards a year ago. We're definitely gonna go through him. We lost Eric Blinn, one of the best players in this conference ever, and Tyler's a very talented player and been waiting a long time, 3 years now, to really be the key guy in our offense, and he's very talented, and we expect him to fill those shoes. He's got a big job to do. But, for us to be successful, we're going to have to be balanced for sure. We're going to have a young quarterback in there, young offensive line. So, we're going to have to be as balanced as we can and protect those 2 groups up front in the quarterback position and rely on those 2 guys to help us through it.
Okay, this one's a little bit personal now.
For me?
I'm a very proud Bethany College graduate. Can you talk about the college's new president, Dr. Rodenberg?
Yeah.
How you've seen her kind of shaping Bethany athletics and Bethany College as a whole?
Well, it's been a great, I guess it's now 7 or 8 months since she's been on campus, and honestly, we're moving forward in the same fashion. It's important to the college and important to our community, and she's a former athlete herself. Not many people know this. She's a national figure skater. She competed in nationals as a young figure skater, and athletics is important to her as well. It's been a great 7 or 8 months, and we look forward to moving forward with her.
Aaron, you're entering your 4th and final year of eligibility at defensive back for Bethany. In what ways do you expect to lead the defensive unit this season?
I just expect to lead both vocally and by example, and just to do anything to keep this program moving in a positive direction. There's been a lot of great examples for me to follow in the past. They definitely left a legacy for me to honor. And in turn, I want to try to leave a legacy for the ones that's up and coming.
After receiving your bachelor's degree from Bethany, you decided to enroll in the college's master's program in return for your final year of eligibility. Can you talk a little bit about your decision to return to Bethany?
It was crazy. I mean, I had to go through the process of, trying to get accepted into the program. It was a waiting game, And as soon as I did, I mean, my decision was simple. I talked to Coach Garvey about it. I talked to my family about it. And I wanted to obviously go back and pursue a master's degree, and I wanted to be there for my teammates in the best way I could.
What kind of goals are the players setting for themselves in 2016? And specifically, what are a couple of your more personal goals for this season?
Me and my teammates all have one common goal, and that's to win a PAC championship. We got a bunch of hard-working guys, and we're really ready to go out there and show what we can do here in the 2016 season.
Great, thanks, Aaron. Bethany will get its season underway September 3rd at home against Ursinus College. Thanks, guys.